Hi everyone, and welcome to this basic beginners Pilates class. This class is perfect if you're new to Pilates or you're just getting started again after a long time. And we're going to get started on our mats. So I want you to come down into a supine position. So gently roll down onto your backs and just feel here how you are breathing naturally. Take a few breaths, just settle down onto the mat, and then you're going to take your hands to your rib cage. Perfect. I'm going to teach you the correct Pilates breath. So on your inhale, I want you to inhale through your nose, expand the rib cage laterally and front and back, so it's a three-dimensional breath. And then you're going to exhale through your mouth through pursed lips. And you'll feel your rib cage close down. Perfect. Take another inhale. And this breath helps for relaxation. It also helps to fire up those deep core muscles. So take another big inhale through the nose. And then on our exhale, we're going to lift the pelvic floor. So we're going to exhale through the mouth and then feel a gentle contraction on the pelvic floor as you lift it up and in. Not a big movement, just a small one. So inhale in, exhale, lift pelvic floor, draw ribs down. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to do some pelvic tilts. So I want you to feel where your spine sits naturally. There should be a little gap between your arms back in the mat. That's your neutral position. So you can see my neutral position, there's a gap between the mat. If I arch my back, you can see there's a bigger gap. And if I press my back in, there's no gap. Okay, so you're going to find that neutral position. I'm just going to show you so you can see my back. And on your exhale, you're going to press that lower back in towards the mat. Inhale, bring it back to center. So make a triangle with your hands and then place them on your pelvic area between your two hip bones and on your pubic bone. And then you're going to exhale, imprint. You'll see that pubic bone lifts higher than the hip bones. And then inhale, come back to center. So we're just rocking back and forth here, getting familiar with imprint and neutral. Use your breath. Okay. On our next one, we're going to imprint the spine and hold it there. We're going to slide the right leg down across the mat, keeping that imprinted spine. And then exhale, lift it back up. We're going to alternate, going into the left-hand side, sliding that leg down long. Exhale, lift it back up. Feel those lower abs pull that leg in. Exhale, lift. Feel the lower abs pulling, the core contracting as you bring that leg in. So you are really using your core here, focusing on that rib to hip connection. Perfect. It's amazing how such a small exercise, you can actually feel it in your core. Just waking up the core muscles here. Okay, last one. Perfect. Bring it back in. We're going to take our hands up and overhead and then circle them around back to the body. So inhale, take them up overhead. Now what I want you to make sure of when you have your hands up overhead is that you're not flaring in the ribs. So your ribs aren't opening, flaring up, and your neck is pressing back into the mat. You're going to keep that neutral spine, that neutral position, rib to hip connection, and then circle the arms back around. So you are barely opening your ribs here, if any at all. You're keeping that rib to hip connection. So have a look how still I'm keeping my ribs. My gaze is towards the ceiling, straight ahead. I'm not jamming my neck towards my chin towards my chest. And I'm not looking back behind me. I'm looking straight up. Keeping the core connection. Okay, perfect. I want you to take your hands now, place them behind your head. We're going to come into our ab prep, our ab curl. So you can keep a neutral spine. And then we're going to exhale, lift up our head and our upper back. Gaze towards the knees. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So we're working those upper abs. I want you to feel the ribs slide down towards the hips. So you're not looking up towards the ceiling, you're looking towards those knees and you're feeling the ribs slide down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Keeping those abs in, drawing in towards the mat. Your head is just resting in your hands. You're not pulling on your neck. You're using the ab muscles and the neck flexors to lift you up. The hands are just there for support. Perfect. Let's do another 2. On the next one, you're going to hold there, hold in your ab curl, and then we're going to twist towards the right. Just want to make sure my mic isn't in the way. Twist towards the right, putting that elbow on the floor. Come back to center, twist towards the left. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. So we're getting into those obliques now, as well as those upper abs. Staying up in your ab curl, twisting up and over. So think of that opposite rib tip connection, getting into those contralateral obliques, internal, external obliques. Perfect. Okay, let's do another one more each side. And then lower the head back down. Okay, perfect. Take those feet a bit further away from you. Arms come overhead. Remember that rib tip connection. So the ribs aren't flaring. We're going to inhale, coming into our roll up. Hands come to ceiling. Exhale. Tuck the chin. Roll up and over the legs. Head comes between the arms. Scooping in the abs. Inhale, roll down. Exhale, complete the roll down. So inhale, hands come up and over. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, roll down. Exhale, complete the roll down. So I want you to imagine that you are lifting up and over a ball. So you're scooping the abs in. Your belly button is towards your spine. And follow your breath. Over your ball. Perfect. Lifting up and over. Okay. Let's roll up now. Perfect. You can bring your head in between your arms. We're going to go into a half roll back. So keep those feet placed on the mat. We're going to exhale, roll back, rolling away from the femurs. Inhale, come forward again, rolling over that ball. Exhale, roll back, keeping the feet placed on the mat. Inhale, come forward. So you exhaling, rolling back, lengthening the hip flexors. Inhale, roll forward. Hip flexors are shortening. Perfect. Let's do another 2. And then we're going to add on. Last one. Take it forward. And then lift up, extend the spine. So make sure your spine is straight. You're going to open up your arm to the right side. dipping back, coming into a half roll back. We're working the obliques now. So make sure that your left hand is in the same place. You're not bringing it across the midline. And then inhale, lift up. Let's alternate. Exhale, left hand open, left arm open. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Try and reach back. Perfect. Keep those feet placed on the mat. That arm doesn't move. It doesn't come across the midline. Okay. Let's do another one each side. Lift up, lengthen. Perfect. We're going to extend the legs now, flexing the feet. And we're going to come into a rinse exercise. So we're going to come into a spine twist. Okay, make sure the legs are together, feet are flexed, arms come out in line with your shoulder. Okay, we're going to exhale, twist towards the right, and then give me 3 pulses. So you're going deeper with every pulse. This kind of reminds me of a sprinkler, this exercise. So I want you to lengthen and twist. And then lengthen, come back to center. Exhale, twist. Don't bring this across the midline of the body. Keep it in line. Gaze forward. Okay, perfect. Let's do another one each side. Really getting into those obliques. Bring it back to center. Lower those arms down. Roll at the shoulders. Okay, perfect. You bend those legs again, and we're going to come down onto our back. So roll down carefully. Bring the heels in towards the glutes. We're going to come into our glute bridge. Okay. So to start this exercise, we're going to roll through the spine. So we're going to exhale, imprint the spine, oblique shorten, and then roll up vertebra by vertebra till you get to your shoulder bridge. Now when you're here, keep that core connection, the rib-tip connection, so you're not lifting up all the way, flaring it through the ribs and arching the spine. It's going to put a lot of strain on your back. And then you're going to inhale, roll down, vertebra by vertebra. So exhale, roll up, peeling the spine off the mat. Inhale, ribs soften down towards the mat, rolling through imprint, back to neutral. Let's do another one. Perfect. Okay, neutral spine. We're going to come into some glute bridges. So we're going to exhale, lift the hips towards the ceiling, inhale, lower. So press into those heels. Make sure you got that rib to hip connection. And try and get that mind to muscle connection as well. So you're feeling this in the glutes. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Okay, we're almost there. This is a nice, easy class, gentle class to get you back into things or started with things. Let's do another 2. Lift up. And now we're going to lift our heel, come onto our toes. So we're onto our right toes, and then we're going to lower them down. Articulate through that foot. So lower the foot, lift and lower the foot down, articulating through the foot, and we're just alternating each side. So exhale, lift the heel, inhale, lower back down. Slowly and controlled. Make sure you're not rocking in the hips. So if you need to keep your hands on your hips, you can. But keep the hips still. The glutes are up. Just feel your calves working here, your glutes, your hamstrings. Your gaze is towards the ceiling. Okay. Perfect. Let's do another 2. Last one. Lower everything back down. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Okay. We're now going to come into a prone position. So we're going to be on our tummies. I'm just going to take my mic off so you can hear me, so there's no interference or banging or anything. Okay, I want you to bring your hands on either side of you, so by your shoulders, so that your arms are in a W position if you look from above. You're going to rest your forehead on the mat, bring your legs together, and then on your inhale, you're going to lift up into extension, looking just forward of the mat. So you're not extending your neck like this. You're looking down at the mat to the top edge of your mat. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. So this is just a small extension. You're not lifting up like this. That's a different exercise. Okay. Inhale, lift. Feel those back extensors work. Perfect. Follow your breath. We use extension on an inhale, flexion on an exhale. Let's do another 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it here. Just for a few seconds and then lower back down. Perfect. Press up, press back to a shell stretch. Take my mic again. Press back to a nice well-deserved shell stretch. Okay. We're going to finish off class strong. So I want you to come into a 4-point kneeling position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And then I want you to draw the ribs down towards the hips. So there's a slight tuck under of the pelvis. We're going to come into some push-ups in this position. So I want you to shift slightly forward, lower the chest down towards the mat. Exhale, lift back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. So keeping those elbows in towards the body. Feeling it in those triceps as well. Perfect. Stay with me. Okay. Let's go for another 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Press back to your shell stretch quickly. Just take a nice stretch. Stretch out those arms. And then come to a 4-point kneeling position again. We're just going to finish class with a nice spine stretch, some nice flexion and extension. So we're coming into our cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, look up and extend the spine. So make sure you're looking straight ahead. You'll see your back will arch. And then you're going to exhale, take your gaze towards your navel, flexing the spine. So you're rounding your back, pushing the floor away with your hands. Inhale, look up, lengthen the spine, coming into spinal extension. Exhale, flex the spine, gaze towards your navel. Inhale, look up, lengthen. This should feel really good if you've been sitting down the whole day like I have. Draw those abs in, scoop that belly up and in. Look up, lengthen. And then we're going to take it down, rounding the back. Come to neutral spine. And then we're going to shift back, coming down into our shell stretch. Just take a deep breath here. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Winding down from class. And then you're going to roll up vertebra by vertebra to a seated position. And that's it for today's class, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this one. It's a very nice, gentle, basic beginner's Pilates class. And if you have enjoyed this one, please let me know in the comments below if you would like to see more like this. Give this video a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe down below because I post videos every week. And sometimes programs, and you'll want to be here for that. So yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Bye guys.